channel. It is your girl Umber. If you are new here, hey sis, what is good? If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for constantly watching my content. Guys, if you have not been watching the Real Housewives of Durban, I want to know which rock or planet you have been living under, because good sis, you are missing out on good content. So season 3 of the Real Housewives of Durban just premiered 2 weeks ago. So far we've had 2 episodes, and when I tell you there has been drama with a capital D, darling, there has been so much drama. So I thought it's only right that I come here and I chat to you guys a little bit about how I feel about this season and who I'm sort of rooting for so far. So as you know, the Durban cast is made of the ever famous Nonku. Nonku has returned from all the other seasons. She's sort of like the OG at this point of Real Housewives of Durban, because she carries the drama, okay? She carries the show on her back, and we are grateful. So we have the ever vivacious Nonku. We have Annie the pot stirrer, Annie the annoyer, A for annoying, because that's just Annie. But it seems like this season she's coming back with a little bit of flair, with a little bit of life. She seems a little bit more human than all the other seasons, but I'm not quite sure, because with Annie, you just never know. Like, she might just flip just like that. Then we have Jojo. Now, when it comes to Jojo, from last season, I don't want to lie, I did catch a little bit of, like, she was a little classist, and she was a little bit of, she had YT lady, like she had Karen tendencies. Like, if we're being honest, if we're really gonna call her out, she had Karen tendencies, and I just didn't see her fitting quite well or gelling 100% with the cast. But yeah, she's back for another season, and this season she seems to be Nonku's bestie. Red flag. Then we have Sorisha, Mukhatsa, Mr. Ready. Okay, you know what, guys? For the past 2 seasons, Sorisha has been like the rich big sister. Like, she's just giving off rich aunt without even having to try hard or anything. But I feel like this season, she upped her game, okay? First of all, she came up with new wardrobe, because it seems like her style has changed. Even the makeup and the hair artists seem to have changed, because if you are looking at Sorisha is, well, she's fly right now, okay? From the hairstyle to the makeup, she's looking like extra fresh. I'm like, where has this Sorisha been hiding all damn seasons? And then Baba, I'm checking my oh, we have Slee. Guys, I love Slee. She is like a breath of fresh air. She's very calm. She's got this calm demeanor to her. When she talks, she's like very like she it's like she has a level of authority, but like she's also just very subtle about it. You know, she's not like in your face. And she's also just so pretty. I find her to be like the most beautiful housewife yet. I don't even want to know. And like, she's got this calm demeanor, and she just sounds so eloquent when she talks. She just sounds like, yes honey, just get her a man, honey. Like, that's just how I see her, you know. And when she talks, she's just like so calm, and you can tell that, you know what, this lady, like, she's got a lot of, like, she throws a lot of shade, but like very subtle, very like ladylike. Then we have Maria. Oh, Maria girl. So Maria ke tla re o tshwana le mang. I don't think we've had a character like her on the Housewife franchise as yet. Maria is just Barbie doll. Re tla re ke Barbie doll. Overmade Barbie doll, because wow, everything, all her features are just a little too much, especially on the face, honey. Like, at some point we need to know when to stop with the surgery, okay? Like, she looks like she can't even move her face for anything. Like, she probably can't do this, like, hi. No, that's not Maria. She's got big lips, and she's just overly dramatic at this point. Then we have Mbali. So Mbali says she is a recording artist. I don't know what's the genre of music that they have in KZN that is very popular only in that part of the world, because, you know, we can't resonate with it. Maskandi. It seems like she's a Maskandi singer. I don't know. She's just giving more fragile at this point. I don't know. I don't really see her as... But, you know, I don't want to say much about her, but I just feel like she's very soft, and she's just very... like cry baby nyana, just one mistake, you just have to be extra careful with her. I feel like for this kind of show. I'm not quite sure how she's going to fit in with everybody and everybody's big personality, but I feel like she's going to be the underdog. Like, we are going to be so unsuspecting of her, and when she finally comes out, we're going to be like, girl, who is this now, you know? So okay guys, so on the first episode or the premiere of the Real Housewives of Durban, we meet Slee. Nonku introduces us to Slee. Well, I'm just like gonna talk about the parts that I found to be super interesting, because some of them were just random camera moments. Yeah, she introduced us to Slee. Slee seems to be a lady who lives within her neighborhood. I wonder how they became friends, because first of all, one thing I know about Nonku, she will deny you. Yeah, she will say she's your friend to your face, and then she will act like she doesn't know you to other people. So when she introduced Slee, I thought, oh, okay, this is Slee, ever unsuspecting. She looks very beautiful. I love her skin. Like, Upi, like, hey, oh my gosh, I could talk about Slee all damn day long, but we can, because this video has to end at some point. So Slee also gives us a little backstory of how her situation came about, her husband cheating, and how she just, honey, she left with nothing but her car and the clothes on her back. Now, one thing I really loved about that story is the fact that how it seems like she overcame, you know, she left with her 2 little babies and she went to start over. I can always appreciate a lady who is able to just start over, leave it all behind, and just say, you know what, it's fine, I'm leaving all of this, you can have it all, and let me just bounce, you know, and go start life elsewhere. So I thought, okay, when I first saw Slee, I thought, this is quite an upgrade from the friends that Nonku normally introduces, because she always introduces like her friends to be like just weird passerby ladies, you know. So when I saw Slee, I thought, okay, maybe this will be someone who will be able to like calm Nonku down and just sort of tame her and all of that. So when I like essentially saw her, I thought, okay, this might be an upgrade from all the friends that Nonku has introduced on the show. Why did it not even take Nonku 10 minutes? It didn't even take her 2 episodes to prove Nonku ki Nonku, guys. So she then invites Georgia and Sorisha to her house, as well as Slee, hoping to introduce Slee to the other ladies. Now, I don't even know why, but the moment Slee entered that room, I personally knew that this was somehow a setup, especially when I saw Tweedledee and Tweedledum cuddling together and acting like they are the best of friends. Oh, Jojo and I are so close. I'm just like, girl, you are close with who? Now, before I even get into the whole situation, let's talk about the friendship with Nonku and Jojo. So we also the sort of like the disastrous fall, yeah, Jojo last year, right? Last season, let's not say last season, especially with the last episode and how she treated Mabusi and how she put a drink on Mabusi. Now, we are black people, okay? And if I'm telling you this now for free, if I am anywhere doing anything and somebody throws a drink at me, all bets are off. I don't care if I am wearing heels, I am wearing the most expensive weave, all bets are off. I feel like once somebody throws a drink at you, it's as good as somebody spitting at you. Like that would never fly with me, you know. So I feel like, because I don't want to say she's YT, but Jojo has always had caring tendencies. But I feel like, you know, when it comes to these housewife franchises, a lot of things are sort of excused, especially when it's done by, you know, the other race. So I feel like that's exactly what happened this time with season 2. Jojo, Nasna's storyline, Jojo's storyline was all over the show. So I feel like now, as a redemption, she thought, let me hang on to the strongest housewife, or the strongest character in this sense, which is Nonku. Now, we all know Nonku has been carrying the Real Housewives of Durban on her shoulders, child, for the past 2 seasons, because this is the 3rd season. Like, we all know that. Like, she's had back pain. She's had to go see a chiropractor, literally, just for because she's literally been carrying that show on her shoulders. So I feel like Jojo realized last season that we like this season we weren't really gonna like her. So she might as well cling on to Nonku to have a stronger storyline. That's just how I feel. So getting into how Nonku invited Slee to her house to meet Sorisha and Jojo. Guys, when she started talking to Jojo and Slee about and when she started talking to Jojo and Sorisha, it just gave me flashbacks of what she did and how she treated Mabusi. Yo, Nonku has this tendency when you are with her or you just together, she's a different person. But the moment she's got an audience or she's got a little bit of extra attention from additional members, she's a totally different person. She kept throwing her friend under the bus, and I'm just like, how do you introduce your friend to your other friends and literally just throw your friend under the bus? Like, what are your old friends supposed to think of her? You know, but also, how are you then still saying she's your friend if this is how you feel about her? Yo, I was so angry at that scene because I just kept thinking to myself, you invited her over to treat her like this in the presence of your old friends, and your old friends were just not feeling awkward. Jojo was the only one who wasn't feeling awkward. Even Sorisha was feeling awkward because she's like, I came here to meet her, and this is the same friend that you are bashing and throwing under the bus. It's not making any sense. Cool, but that's just Nonku for you. If you think that was enough, why did she start picking on Annie and saying how she thinks Annie's in an abusive relationship? You see, this thing of projecting, guys, it's a serious problem. I understand Nonku was in a marriage, and I'm very empathetic to abuse and all of that because of my first video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, refer to the first video on my channel. Okay, cool. I'm extremely empathetic when it comes to things like abuse and all of those things because, you know what, I'm you know, I appreciate women who come out and talk about those things because it's not an easy thing to talk about or be open about. But I also have a problem when women project their feelings or their experiences onto other people. You know, just because someone responds a certain way, it doesn't mean they're responding that way because of what or because they're experiencing the same thing that happened to you. Do you understand? So I feel like with Nonku saying that, it seems like Annie is scared of her husband, even considering the Ocean's Mall situation. I just feel like maybe Annie reacted just naturally, no, but my husband can't stand. Whereas he had like Natanza Adulemo, where you're sitting, you know, so please stand. So, but also, we don't really know any side of the story. But knowing Nonku, she just tends to exaggerate. So I feel like that's exactly where this whole situation or feelings are coming from. It's coming from a projection. She's projecting her feelings onto Annie and her situation. Because to openly say someone seems like they are in an abusive relationship, guys, that's a crazy allegation to make, you know. But that's just Nonku for you. She hardly ever cares about the consequences of saying things. So moving on, then Jojo decided to host a princess soiree. Listen, that's what I'm saying to you. Jojo will do anything to be relevant at this point because, quite honestly, Hannah's storyline again. She does not have a storyline, okay? So she decided to host a princess soiree. That's when we were introduced to Mbali, and she asked Mbali to sing at the event, of which Mbali was Lady Girl. But Jojo doesn't learn. Jojo doesn't learn. She remembers what happened last season with Londi. So I don't know what is this obsession with wanting people to say, girl, get you a karaoke band or something so that you can have backup singers and everything. Why do you always feel like you want your guests to sing at your events? I don't understand the obsession with this whole, I want you to sing at my event. Can't they, guys, please. But even Jojo, like live band, like Jojo, you could have hired a live band. Hire a live band for once and maybe pay them so that they don't have to disappoint you. But no, it's in Jojo. Jojo will just take a stranger and ask them to perform at her event, and then she'll be shocked. She'll be shocked when she's disappointed. And that's when we sort of get introduced to Maria. Maria being Jojo's friend, seemingly. I can see why they're friends. You know, they have this tendency of just doing too much, and unnecessarily so. So Maria Lene, first episode we met her. She came in with the other queer best friend. Still, I feed na Maria, because especially when she narrated the whole thing with the carriage, like, no, I'm not really excited about being on a horse and carriage because I've done this before. Whatnot, girl, who asked you? Like, stop. If it's not a big deal, you should have just been like quiet, like on your phone or something, and we wouldn't have cared. But it was in that moment where I was just like, oh no, I don't think I'm gonna like Maria. No. And exactly, Nick from that moment onwards, because I was like, okay, that's very random, but okay, whatever. Okay. Get into the princess soiree, obviously. Annie the annoyer. Mara Enu Biang, guys. Mara Enu Ubiang. Annie, like, how is Annie? Like, she just doesn't have decorum. Like, Annie, girl, what is your problem? I feel like she always wants to be the first person to initiate conversations with the new casts. Like, she always wants to ask the awkward questions. She's just annoying. And you are annoying, you know. And that's exactly how I felt when she asked Mbali, like, okay, and then who are you and whatnot, and then do you have any babies? First of all, you are meeting someone for the first time. What business do you have asking them about their children? What business do you have asking them about their children? Guys, let's be honest. You're meeting me for the first time. Do you have any babies? Why not ask about my dress? Why not ask about my hair? Like, I feel like that was such a personal question to ask someone who you're meeting for the first time. And I just thought, oh my gosh, there we go again. There goes Annie. Annie, Hana, Briki, Hana, Wo, Hana. Like, I was just like, yo, Mara Enu Ubeang, guys. How is Annie? So just from that moment onwards, I was just like, oh, here we go again. And if that was not drama enough, so Risha, you know what, guys? I am loving this news. So Risha's like, you want to gossip? You want to gossip about the other housewife, Nonku, but when she's here in your presence, you don't want to pull her aside and tell her what you told us. I mean, if you said it to us, you can say it to her face. And Nonku is like, no, Sorisha, I said I'll talk to Annie in my own time. Sorisha wasn't having that. She's like, if you're not going to tell her, I'm going to tell her, baby girl. So it's either you take it upon yourself to call Annie to the side and talk to her, or else I will do it for you. Yo, guys, I feel like Nonku did not see that coming. She's always the one throwing people under the bus, under the train, honey, under the truck. She is the thrower half of the time. So I feel like she didn't expect that Sorisha would be like, no, we've had enough of you. Now it's time to throw you under the bus because we've had it with you. Yo, so Nonku was just like literally like Selafri's the no, Sorisha, I will talk to Annie in my own time. And I was like, see you now looking stupid. See you now looking stupid girl, this war. And well, I don't know if it was the first episode or no, the second episode. Okay, moving on to episode 2, guys. Moving on to episode 2. Episode 2 saw us having a conversation about Annie and what's that disease? Cerebral palsy or something like that. I've read about it before. I just didn't know that you couldn't get it just from being pregnant. Oh, guys, pregnancy is clearly no joke, okay? Pregnancy is clearly no joke. I didn't know that you can get cerebral. Cerebral. Guys, not get it. The comments go school. So, whatever. Cerebral. That she got that from, and now she's got the lazy eye situation. First of all, I don't even think I noticed it personally until she mentioned it. Unfortunately, I know that when it comes to the internet, people are like that. They are looking for the most minute thing to pick on. That's just the internet for you. But I also feel like with Annie, she's able to dish it so well that she also needs to be able to take it, you know. And I feel like with the second episode, Annie was a little bit more human, especially when she was explaining the condition that she has and the work that she would like to get done so that she can solve the problem. But I feel like all the seasons, Annie has picked on people. She has bullied other housewives. She's always just wanting to be in the know. So it's quite weird that when people backfire and they say all these things about her, that now she's coming up with a condition. I understand that, you know, the condition was probably like beyond her control. You know, it's just something that pregnancy caused. Like pregnancy, guys, I've heard a lot of people say they've gone deaf. They've experienced a lot of things just by being pregnant, you know. So for opening up about her condition, I can applaud her. But I also feel like, Annie, sometimes when you're so hard on people, you must expect people to be hard on you. That's just how it is. If you're going to be so critical and overly critical at that to other people, and like just unsympathetic to other people and their experiences, you should understand that it's only fair that people react the same way when your situation is presented to them, you know. But I felt sorry for her in that moment, because I was like, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think anyone deserves to be bullied on the internet. Because well, they dragged Annie for like on the internet, on Twitter specifically. I'm not sure about other social media platforms, but on Twitter, after every episode, you must know that Annie was catching, like she was catching major heat, you know. So I can understand how she was feeling, and I hope to see the more human side of Annie this season. I feel like the past 2 seasons we've seen Annie the villain, but I'd like to see Annie the mom, Annie the wife, Annie the friend, you know, and the real friend, not Annie just parading as a friend. Fast forward, like, I don't want to lie, with episode 2 there were a lot of bits and pieces that I skipped, especially with Maria and her family. And what I don't like about these franchises name is, for example, this season it seems like there's a lot of inclusion in terms of the husbands. Like, ladies unfortunately do not have husbands, so they get a lot of camera time with their families and whatnot. I have a big problem with that, because it's almost seeming like we're not family orientated as Black people. But anyway, it's fine. That's a conversation for another day. But I don't see why there needed to be an inclusion or specific parts where Boo, Jojo are like having camera time with their husbands. Maria's having camera time with her husband, talking about her children and the future. I don't like those kind of scenes, because I feel like if they all don't have husbands, why are we including? Okay, but it's fine. It's fine. That's what I'm saying. That's a conversation for another day. Cool. Sharp. So Risha Mugela Waka decides to host a spa opening for her new spa venture at Oceans Mall. One thing about Sorisha and Mr. Reddy, those people are just making money. Yeah, they're in the business of just making money. Just like, those people seem to be rich. Okay, so cool. At the at the spa opening, we see the ladies gather to support Sorisha and her new venture. Then all of a sudden, the people sitting around is Jojo, Slee, Nonku. Who else? Mbali and Chef Nyash or Kindash, Chef whoever. I didn't even catch her name properly, because I was just I was so over her and her antics. Like Mugen, I feel like that girl, she was literally auditioning for her role more, the Housewives. I don't want to lie to you. Probably they were trying to at least, because she was doing oh my gosh, she was doing so much. Then I don't know why, one thing about Jojo, she will always take it upon herself to address a situation. Why was she attacking my girl Slee and telling her horrible? But I know Nonku, guys. That's why I told you guys that I don't like Nonku, because Nonku, she's problematic. I wonder what the conversation was with Nonku and Slee, because Slee probably hinted. Or I'm actually, when they were sitting on the counter, guys, if you remember, Nonku was the one who said Slee is single AF or something like that. She hinted about Slee being single and how she needs to now find a man. She's the one who hinted at that situation. I didn't even address her awkward date situation because that situation was just awkward, guys. Like, it could have really been off camera. I didn't even enjoy it. It was just like tacky. It was just like yuck. I'm not even going to address it because that situation was just unnecessary. But Nonku, when she was at Slee's house, she hinted something about Slee now being single and how she like needs to get back into the dating scene. I don't remember her words word for word, but she said something similar to that, right? Cool. Tell me why Jojo thought, or I'm just trying to understand how Jojo came to the mindset that Slee wants her husband to hook her up because she's single. That's why in the beginning, guys, kids got a boo boo bear by a guy. Boo boo bear by a guy, guys. I asked in the beginning, I said, oh, if everybody doesn't have a husband, they might include why are we including the husband? Because not everybody has a husband. But now, according to the husband, or according to Jojo, the husband said now Slee ubata hore ba mo hook up. And I'm like, Jojo, have you seen Slee? Do you honestly think Slee would be coming to you for anything related to man advice? Honestly, does she even know who Slee's ex is? Why would she pick Jojo to find a man for her when Jojo is Nonku's friend, but she clearly couldn't find a man for her? I was so livid. I was also so angry. And Jojo has this tendency, guys. I don't know if it's like Karen tendencies. Whenever there's an argument, Jojo will stand up and she'll start being in your face, right? But if a black woman does that, then she's said to be aggressive. I hate that because when Jojo's doing it, no one says anything about it. But if a black woman was to be in Jojo's face like that, she would have been seen as aggressive, and she would have been called all sorts of names, right? And she would have probably been cancelled, because that's what cancel culture basically deals with. It deals with, oh, you were in somebody's face, you fought them, and then now we're going to cancel you. But when Jojo was doing it and she was so aggressive in the moment, nobody said anything. Within the circle, Nonku wasn't even like trying to hold her back. Like, okay, no. She held her back more towards the end, but when she started like, yeah, and she's in her, I'm like, girl, this is your friend. You threw this friend again under the bus. Kanka Jojo. Yo, guys, I was so livid. So when Slee decided to leave and she was on their phone call with Sorisha and she was crying, I was so angry. I was livid on her behalf because I'm just like, why would Nonku do that? But like I said, girl, I don't understand why you're trying to be friends with Nonku, because Nonku has this repeated tendency of just disowning friends. 1 minute she's your friend, the next she's not your friend. Like, that's just who Nonku is. You don't give people like Nonku a second chance, because every chance she gets to burn you, throw you on the bus, she will do it. Any opportunity she gets to make herself look better, she will take it. So that's why I just felt like she did not deserve that friendship with Slee. Muntuam Pelawen. Now, are we going to address Ndash or Chef Mama? That lady with the hectic contouring. Girl, what? Why was she trying to embarrass Londi like that? But in hindsight, guys, when we do a hindsight 50-50, can we remember who Londi was last season and how she was up like Konko's big booty about her dating life and her business? I feel like she needs to carry the same energy. But I was only sad because I was just like, yo, Mara, South African men will embarrass you. South African men will embarrass you. Like, but also, maybe she didn't want to talk to it she didn't want to talk about it in her presence because it's like, girl, but who are you? I don't even know you like that. Why am I spitting my business and sharing all the personal things that have happened to you in your presence when I don't even know you like that? You know? Ay, kanti mugele chef aka asikwazi ukuthi ungubani arikuyithi ukukwena man. Now we meet, she was literally waiting. She was waiting for londi arpe. Yo ulondi vela ati pe. Mugela ati pes kwakhe. Yo wena latana mela londi. Yo wena ati pes kwa londi, guys. Yo, like I literally saw Londi trying to sit back. It looked like her frontal was lifting from all that drama. Yo, like she looked so stunned. Like, yo, Mara, that girl, like, she was going in too hard. That chef, or chef, guys. Apparently, she was on Come Dine with me, and her food was not like up to par. Chef Mamango, but I'm just saying she went in hard on Londi. Now, what I don't like is as females, when something, this lipstick child, when something happens to another female, instead of us being empathetic towards each other as females, Rebona, like, it's an opportunity to break each other down. Even though, child, you can see with Londi's wig that she's already broken down, okay? Like, I'm not judging her. I ride for you, I die for you. But, that wig, her camera maybe caught you offside, especially when you're trying to lean back. It just seemed like they were getting heavy on you, my friend. But I wasn't happy with how that lady addressed it. I felt like she could have been a little bit more empathetic and not being so harsh, you know, like, yeah, if you respected your man, you wouldn't be up here, you'd still be there in Mhlanga or Umlazi, wherever they live, driving your Range Rover, driving your Lamborghinis. Now you are hustling, hosting. Yo, she went in hard for her, especially when she mentioned that she was hosting something. Was it a party or an event? And it's just like, you wouldn't be out here hosting these little events. And I'm like, oh my God, why? That event that she mentioned on Kaya FM. Mogele, I understand. She threw her. She went in hard for her. And I just felt bad for Londi because all she did was just sit back, child. Even her lace was lifting, and I'm like, Mogele, I can't yo. But Londi, like, don't catch feelings, baby. I love you, okay? I love me some you, honey, okay? But yeah, so for the first 2 episodes, I just want to see what happens next episode because na chef mama, guys, clap. I know somebody needs to drag her like for because who is she and why is she so up Londi's big booty? Like half a Londi chance. She didn't give Londi a chance, guys. Not even a moment for a mere comeback. She was already pissed. Even Londi was speechless, and I was just like, cho. I really needed to see what was going to happen on the next episode because now I'm ready. I'm literally sitting on the edge of my seat, guys. So yeah, guys, this brings us to the end. I only captured the moments that really caught my attention, and everything else, guys, let's discuss it in the comment section. I'll be actively answering and commenting with you guys, and I'm also actively watching. So yeah, I'll see you guys on after the next few episodes. We'll go in further and let me know if this is the content that you're signing up for, or sis, it's a fail, it's a miss. If it's a miss, I'll take my L's. You guys know I'll take my L's, but I'll probably post another one before I take my L. But I'm kidding. I'll take my L if you guys say no. I don't comment again. But yeah, that's just my quick review of the first 2 episodes of the Real Housewives of Durban. At that, it is on Wednesdays, guys. So if you want to watch, there are 2 episodes. They're currently available on Showmax. Do check it out and let me know what you guys are thinking. And besides that, I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.